So, what do I rate the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai, after 2 years? I would say I rate him 50%, right? I'll be right there in the middle, right? And I know exactly what I'm doing, and I will give you my reason as to why I gave him 50% after 2 years. Again, there is always going to be a room for improvement, 100%. So I cannot give any president 100%. You can't give any president 100%, right? And I don't think if you can give a president 0%, it's possible. Yeah, you can give a president 0%, but that president have to be a murderer, somebody who is causing chaos in a country, like literally. Somebody can be a president and there is peace in the country. You can even go ahead and criticize the presidency and anybody in the government and nobody arrests you. There is no political, imprisonment behind anybody whatsoever. And then you say you're rating the president 0. That doesn't make sense. So the reason why I say it's 50 is because, again, number one, all the things that have been going on. First of all, we come with the war against drugs. That is one of my, if I'm going to praise President Boakai, is one of the steps is the war against drugs, 100%. And secondly, of course, the dropping down of the prices of commodities in the country since he took over. I just, heard news from Maryland today. The rice price in Maryland is about $3,200, which is about $17. The copy from Monrovia to all the way Maryland, that 5,500 in an NTA bus. The rate there is about 180, right? And gas is also 800. I don't know how much is gas in Liberia. I mean, in Monrovia, but I think it shouldn't be very far off from 800, right? So the road system is very good too. The road system is getting better compared to other years before he got into power. 100%. We just saw Senator, Zoe Penu from Grand Jide praising how the road condition is very, very well better right now compared to, 2-3 years ago, right? So these are things that I'm appreciative of. And another thing is, the presidency has a tone. I want to talk about all the contracts that are being signed. I'm talking about the oil, the Oranto contract, how they call it, Ivanhoe, how they call it, contract, the $1.8 billion train track railway from Buchanan Seaport all the way to Guinea. All those things, they are small little accomplishments here and there, right? So, but what I focus on mainly is that one of the differences that I see between President Boakai and President Weah is this recent, he's still on his trip to France, right? He went to France a couple of days ago and everybody have been seeing, images online with him interacting with the French government, officials, right? And I just remember the time President Weah went to France. It was not like this. As a matter of fact, he was not met with any, official people from the government, right? If you can just recall back that time, like when President Weah went to France, he did not meet with the president of France or even any government official whatsoever. It was just on some type of, vacation trip. But since the Pape became president, all his visit, none of it is for fun. Like when he goes on a visit to any country, he is literally meeting the president and the people who are in leadership position and companies, talking bilateral talk with them, talking investment talk with them, talking infrastructure, talking agriculture. So all these things, yes, I understand none of these things are materialized yet. They're still doing the talking. But that's why we just say after 2 years, he still got 4 more years to go, right? After 2 years. So with all these things are just negotiation, just talking here and there, whatsoever. But by the time we reach 4 years, we should see a lot of these things materializing. So these are all the reasons, right, that I'm putting together. The ones I'm seeing with my eyes. I know there are a lot of people on the UP camp, in the Joseph Boakai camp. When you ask them, they will start naming other things that I may not even name on here right now, because they believe that a lot of these things is already finished happening. Yeah, but I don't say that it finished happening until I see it happening. Just, right now, I just come from reading another, how to call it, article talking about a $365 million project by this, private company that's supposed to lay about 225 kilometers of road throughout Liberia, talking about Bomi County, Grand Cape County, and Lufa County. That is another segment. We'll definitely talk about it. But yeah, these are all things that I'm talking about, right? These are the reasons why I gave the president's presidency his effort and all these things that he has been able to accomplish so far. I gave him 50 out of 100. And there is still room for improvement. One would say, where can he improve? Well, where can he improve? He can improve on job creation. That is one of my biggest, thing. Like Liberians today, we don't have jobs. We are still lacking jobs. We have absolutely no job. People are suffering in the country, right? You can bring the food price down as much as possible. As long as it's not free and we not get job, forget it. It will still be expensive. So bringing the food price down is a good thing, but can we stay afford it though? How are we going to afford it if we don't have jobs? Jobs have to be created. You can't be telling people, say, stay in your country, and then no job in the country. It's not going to work. You will just talk all day, every day, and get tired. And then the second one is security. The second one is security. Our justice system is as poor as it can get. 100%. People get killed. People get murdered, and then it take God knows how long. Siane Gowe got murdered in her house up until now. That place is quiet. Just recently, the police go posted, someone and thing talking about anybody that bring credible information about Siane Gowe murder, they will give a person $2,000. Like, isn't that shameful enough? You know what I'm saying? So these are places that we can improve on. Job creation, security, and how can you even talk about anything without talking about education? Our education system is still whack. 100% whack. And and I'm not seeing any improvement being done on our side either. How they call it? Firestone High School just got caught, giving graduation ceremony to more than 200 students that did not make it in the YA. And the government of Liberia fined them about 500,000 Liberian dollars, which is about $3,000 or some change, rather, right? Like, so our education system is still poor. And these are just few things to talk about. There are a lot of places that, improvement can be made. This is why I'm giving the president 50 out of 100. For now, for the first 2 years, 100%, I gave the president 50 out of 100.
Like, follow and subscribe.